So my name's George. I live on the island of Mallorca. I'm honored and delighted that I am able to introduce you to LifeWave with Chris and with Pierretta. Chris, I know for about 2 years, and in November, I managed to get him to pay attention to LifeWave, and this is why we're here today. And through Chris, who I guess a lot of you know, if not, he's a guy who's done all sorts of businesses, made toys, and done networking.
Children's toys.
What? Still make you still? Oh, I thought the business died with COVID. I hadn't realized you've managed to.
No. I was just saying children's toys.
Children's toys, but you're still making the children's toys, or not?
No, I've actually closed the business down.
So another kind of COVID casualty. Chris, when I told him some things about LifeWave, it took a while, but then there was an echo, and he started paying attention, and he's really driving it and wants to make sure that it's known from one end of South Africa to the other. Pierretta, I've met through Chris. She's also been a networker. She's also been in the corporate world, doesn't want to be in the corporate world anymore. And so this I'm going to bow out now and let they're going to take care of this presentation, and I'll join in at the end, perhaps.
Thank you very much, George. Thank you. Right, let me open up the screen, and here we go. Slideshow beginning. All right, and there we go. All right, so good evening, everybody. My name is Chris, as George just mentioned, and I'm going to be flying this evening, doing the presentation for the first time together, and I'm so excited to do this presentation together with Pierretta. Please take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're going to try and keep it short just to try and kind of respect everyone's time. So we're opting to try and do this in 30 minutes, so bear with us. If we go slightly fast, please just raise your hand in the chat comments so that we can see, and then we will get back to you in terms of questions if you have any. So yes, definitely. Please also put in the chat where you are tuning in from tonight. So which country you are from, so that we can kind of see who we're reaching and where. So really excited to have you here. You've obviously heard about a patch, or you've heard about LifeWave, and someone has sent you to come and watch us tonight. So thank you so much for giving us your time. So honestly, what is LifeWave? I didn't get it. They sent me all the info beforehand, and I just heard a patch, and I thought, oh my word, okay. The info is just too much. So we're going to try and simplify it for you tonight, just to try and keep it very simple, so that you don't feel overwhelmed like I did in the beginning. So what is LifeWave? LifeWave is an affordable stem cell reaction technology in a patch. What does that mean for you? It pretty much means that you stick on a patch onto your body, and the next thing that happens is your stem cells are reactivated. There's a lot of other things that go on, but besides that, you've got the LifeWave patches. They then use your body's infrared heat and the light in your body. They then activate a copper peptide, and then that reactivates your own stem cells. Chris, are you going to play us the video?
Yep, I'm going to put it on now. A 2-minute video that's just going to explain the phototherapy and how it works. A quick 2-minute clip. Oh, wait, I forgot to do the sound. Give me a second. Share sound. Here we are. And there we are.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
Okay, so that pretty much explains it. It's 2 minutes and it's short and sweet. But what really got me about this was I had got into retirement, if I could call it that. I have another day job, so I have not been connecting with my friends a lot since COVID, and what I do from home just really doesn't require me to go out. So I was kind of becoming a little bit of a hermit. But then when this was brought to me when this was brought to my attention, the first thing that really got me is the fact that LifeWave has been around for 19 years. And the first thing I thought was, where have they been? Like, I have heard about almost every single amazing company out there, and where have they been that I haven't heard about them for 19 years? And that really got me interested in this company, because a company that's been around that long, right through COVID, and made it the other, on the other side of COVID, and is making far more money after COVID than they did before, that's got to get your attention. The fact that they're in 84 countries, and they really are one of the fastest growing companies in the US. To be part of the top 50, that's got to say something about a company. To take your turnover from 28 million in 2020, 2021, which was COVID, and to now have a $280 million US turnover, that has just got to say something about a company and where they are going. So this is David Schmidt. He's our CEO. He's also the inventor of LifeWave, and such a humble guy. We got to see him on a presentation on 2 Saturdays ago, and he was just such an humble guy. What I absolutely love about him is he's a scientist and an inventor, but he explains it in such a simple way that the normal guy on the street can also understand it. Our product has got over 130 patents. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 133 patents on our product. And to give you an idea of what that would have cost, it's roughly about $1 million US to get one patent. So we've got 133 of them on our products, which is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, there is nothing like that. He's a 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award in the International Hall of Fame. And I mean, that's got to say something about someone. The fact that we have patents for the next, it was 20 years. So for the next 17, we've got a patented patch, which nobody can duplicate, clone. They can't take our concept. It's absolutely phenomenal what this company has done for us. And they've just taken out the competition completely. They've just bowled them out the park.
What I love about that, Pierretta, with the no competition, it's not a Me Too product. So you're not like comparing powders. My powder is better than your powder, and my pill is better than your pill. It's like in a total league of its own. And you and I were talking the other day about it. And the same thing that got my attention is what got your attention. And this is definitely one of them.
Absolutely. So why X39 stem cell activation patches? Well, as you age, the slower your healing becomes, the faster you age. And the reason for that is because at the age of 30, about half of your stem cells are actually sleeping. So the older we get, more and more of our stem cells actually go to sleep, which means that by the age of 60, this is the inside joke, but by the age of 60, you probably only got about 2 that are working for you. So you can now see why you have more wrinkles, why it's taking longer to heal. You get out of bed and you've got all of these aches and pains and you're thinking, what happened? I used to be young and fun. So, you know, it really does make a difference if you feel like you're 20, but you actually, you know, you actually 80 and everybody still thinks that you are 20 because you just look and feel so great. I mean, I would give anything. I would pay any kind of money to do that and just feel like I felt in my 20s. Now, how the X39 works, we watched that video, but pretty much what it does is it activates a copper peptide in your body, and then it activates your stem cells. So it's a message that's literally just going from your copper peptides to your stem cells. And what I love about this is the fact that our patches are absolutely non-invasive, they're non-transdermal, they're hypoallergenic, and 3M medical grade. Now, what all of this is sounds like a whole bunch of medical jargon. But to kind of give you an idea of what that means is, you know, you get a whole bunch of other patches that you could stick on yourself. So a nicotine patch and a patch to keep the mosquitoes away and all sorts of patches like that. Now, what they do is they are actually sending something through your skin, and your body is absorbing it and using it to obviously function the way that you need to function and to keep the mosquitoes away. Non-transdermal means that when you stick this patch on your body, there is literally not a single thing that is going through your skin into your body. And I absolutely love that. I am anti-tablets. I am anti-antibiotics. I am anti anything that could possibly be put into my body. And also, I'm really, really bad in terms of that going into my children. Because I think a lot of the things that we put into our mouths are just ultimately so full of other chemicals and toxins that we just don't really know what we are putting in. And that's what I love about these patches. Literally, anyone can use them, and it's your body's own heat and it's your body's own light that gets used to activate these nanocrystals. So what do you get when your stem cells are activated? So as I said, yes, you do get pain relief and you do get rid of all the aches and pains, and that really means that you are reducing your inflammation, you are supporting wound healing, you've got more energy, you've got more vitality, you've got mental clarity, it enhances your sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, and improves skin appearance. Now, Chris, I don't know if you maybe just want to share a little bit about your mental clarity in this one when you started using the patches.
Well, as you said, mental clarity, I actually got a smile on my face because that's the first thing that popped into my mind. You know, end of last year, I was hitting burnout. I was working 14, 16 hours a day. And I was on a Zoom call in October last year, and George saw me on the Zoom call, and he sent me a message while I was on the Zoom. And he said, Chris, you're not looking very healthy. I'm worried about you. I had black rings under my eyes. I was tired. I was exhausted. And George shared information about LifeWave to me. And a lot of it went over my head. He sent me a couple of PDFs and videos. I didn't watch it until middle of November. He sent me a voice note. And in that voice note, he was telling me about his friend who had very good results with tinnitus. Now, my girlfriend suffers from tinnitus. She's had tinnitus for 4 years. He got my attention. I phoned George the next day and said to him, please tell me more information about LifeWave. So he gave me all the info. I placed an order, and the patches arrived. And what happened is I said to him, no, I know how they work. You put it on and it gets absorbed. And he sent me a voice note back echoing on what Pierretta said. He said, no, Chris, you missed that one. It's non-transdermal. This works on frequency. He said one word to me, frequency, and that got my attention. I put the patches on, and within 5 days, I don't know if anybody on this call right now knows that feeling, that foggy brain, you know, that foggy brain in the head when you just feel like your body and your head are disconnected from each other. After 5 days, I was sitting outside on the balcony, and I know this might sound a bit weird. I looked outside and I looked at the trees, and I said to my girlfriend, the trees look greener. And I looked at the sky and I said, the sky looks bluer. She looked at me like I was going crazy. I said, it feels like this veil has been lifted off my head. I could not believe the mental clarity that I got from these patches within only 5 days. So listen, I would pay a fortune every month just to keep the mental clarity that I have right now.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you wear your X39? Guys, it's really simple. You could actually stick this anywhere. The reason why we advise on behind the neck and at the belly button is simply because that's where the clinical tests and trials were done. So honestly, your X39, I've seen people stick them anywhere they've got pain, and it just absolutely, I just call it a miracle patch. That's what I call it. I'm not supposed to, but hey, we're not supposed to claim it's a miracle, but I have seen this thing work before my eyes. And I'm telling you, this is just remarkable. So you put it on, you leave it on for 12 hours, and you take it off so that your body's got 12 hours to obviously repair and rejuvenate. And then tomorrow you stick on a new one. So really as simple as that. There is no special scientific anything about it. You just literally peel it off like a plaster and you stick it on. And what I love about this is absolutely the fact that I sat there this week and I had a meeting with someone, and she said, no, she's had this really bad shoulder pain. And I just thought, wow, you know what, I've got to get a patch on her. And I looked at the time on my watch and I said to her, please remember the time. And it's 11:01. And at about 4 minutes after that, she said to me, Pierretta, I'm feeling a tingling. And I said, don't worry, the patch is working. Just keep sitting down. And literally at 16 minutes past 11, now that's 15 minutes later, she said to me, P, the pain is gone. I can move my shoulder. And she was literally lifting up her arm, rotating her shoulder, doing all sorts of things. And I said, see, I told you, all you need to do is stick it on and wait. It always works. So just to add on that, guys, if you do put on your patch and it's not working immediately, please drink extra water. It could be that you are dehydrated, so obviously the message isn't getting where it needs to be. Also, alternatively, it could be that you have a far bigger issue going on with you that you don't even know about. So that's how the patch works. It goes there first, and then it will address all the smaller things. Okay. So once you've stuck it on in the first few days, what happens is you have a complete gene reset. That's pretty much what happens to you. 4,000 of your genes begin to reset, and you just become younger and younger, literally in the first 24 hours. I mean, I have put on creams and I've heard of all sorts of things being done, but I have never heard of anything fixing my genes in 24 hours. And I thought that was just fantastic. So a lot of people they experience an immediate effect. It's not to say that if it doesn't happen to you, it's not working. It is working. You just might not see and feel it immediately. So don't think that the product doesn't work. It is working for you because it's elevating your antioxidants. It's decreasing the inflammation in your body. And you'll just feel all of a sudden that you will feel more full of energy, and you'll just be far more happy than you were before. So within the next 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. As Chris says, you start feeling, better mental clarity. You start seeing physical changes. For example, to give you an idea, I had 3 spider bites, 1 in my neck and 2 on my face. And I'd really been struggling with them. They look like, when you have really bad acne and it's all inflamed and large. So I've been struggling about 3 months with that. I couldn't get these spider bites under control. I've been putting on the patches in February, and they just started peeling off like little scabs. I was just like flicking them off. So I've literally got 1 left that's actually showing some signs of the fact that I had a spider bite. The one in my neck's pretty much on scab, so I can just about take that off. And only 1 in my face has still got a little bit of a scab, so that'll probably come off in the next day or 2. And guys, I was literally 3 months of struggling with that. I mean, you will see the changes. It also decreases symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. You could get better mental clarity, as Chris said, the foggy brain. I always say it feels like I have a head cold. On some days you just get up and it feels like you have this head cold. And honestly, I've not had any of those days since I've started using the patches. I think maybe, they always say it's a placebo effect. It's all in the mind. Maybe it is all in the mind for me. But I mean, we have seen this work on animals. and animals don't lie. So guys, just remember that every single person's body is different. And as I say, if you're not seeing the results immediately, please drink lots of water. Okay, your stem cells, within the next 3 months, they will increase your collagen. You'll see that the lines will start to disappear, and you'll see that maybe your gray will go away and some more hair will grow. And like Chris says, he has to cut his nails now every single week instead of every, like bi-monthly. So you'll just see a whole bunch of different things happening to you just as part of the anti-aging process. Now, David Schmidt always says that it's not anti-aging, but it's age reversal. And I absolutely love that, because I always say, if I'm 80, I want to be looking 20. And I want everything to look like that. So, in 6 months, your vascular age will reduce. There was a recent study done where 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years in 6 months on X39. Guys, that is phenomenal. For your vascular age to reduce so much in 6 months is just, it's kind of unheard of. That's why I always say it's a miracle patch. I know they keep moaning at me. I'm not supposed to say that, but really, you see some phenomenal things on here. So, as I said, yes, it's definitely age reversal, because anti-aging, you're putting on a cream and you're drinking a little bit of collagen, and you see the changes, but they are nowhere near as drastic as we have seen with this product. Okay, so in the next 90 days, we have a 90-day protocol, and that's why we stick to that. The reason being, you can't use this patch 2 days and go, the patch doesn't work. Okay, there's a reason why there's a 90-day protocol. So use your patches for at least 90 days to start seeing optimal results. I always get the question, but do I have to use them for the rest of my life? Honestly, if I'm going to be looking 20, I will stick not only 1, 2, 3, I'll stick 5 if I want to stick 5. If that's going to mean that I'm going to be in prime health, I can live to 250 and I'm going to look 20 all of those 250 years. I always say to my kids, I'm going to give them gray hairs. So bring it on. 90 days is nothing. Guys, no, just not, I mean, I'm just being silly now, but at the end of the day, stick it on for 90 days. If after that you decide that you've seen the results that you want, then go on a maintenance program. But honestly, I don't see why you would want to. I mean, if you're going to be looking and feeling great, I'm sure you'll definitely see the benefit in this product. And once again, please drink lots of water. We don't realize how dehydrated we actually really are. So if you're not seeing the results, please, lots of water, and you'll get very used to the water if water's not your thing.
And, just adding on what you were saying there, talking about different people get different reactions. Also, a rule of thumb is to get your body to the optimum level where it should be. For every 10 years, every decade that you are alive, you need to be on the patch for 1 month. So if you're 50 years old, you need to be on the patches for literally 5 months to get your body balanced and to the level where it's meant to be. So yeah, that's a very important point there, P, definitely.
Okay, guys, and then just to give you a rule of thumb, if you are wondering how much water is the right amount, you could pretty much work on 30 to 32 milliliters. I'm speaking now in SA terms. I'm sorry for the people from Spain and US and Cyprus and all of that, but it's about 32 milliliters. So I think it's half. I think it's an ounce for every half. Half your body weight. An ounce for every half of your body weight. But in SA terms, it's 32 milliliters per kilogram of weight. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much you need to drink. So guys, if you want more info, there's lots and lots of info on our startx39.com webpage, lots of videos, kind of explains very deeply into how the patch works and exactly what happens to you. So please go and visit that website after this and just go and check it out. There is so much information, there's so much testimonials, and you can literally choose in which language you would like to view it from the top drop-down box.
And also what's pretty cool on the website is all the case studies and the patents, you name it. all the information. Some people like to read all that information. There it is in black and white. Well, in color actually on that website. And here's
Guys,
the
so we're
fun
gonna
part.
Oh,
Testimony.
I love this,
Yes.
the testimonies. But before we go through all the photos, Chris, could I ask you to maybe just tell the story of your mom?
Yeah, no, definitely. So basically, as I said, after 5 days, I started getting results on the product. That was my mental clarity. It took about another 3.5 weeks after that for my energy to increase. And another thing that I actually forget to mention sometimes on the calls is I've been suffering from vertigo for about 4 years. That's dizziness. And since I've been on the product, I haven't taken any vertigo tablets. So it's taken my dizziness away, which is absolutely amazing. But very quickly, I don't know if anybody on this call has heard of the disease called fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is a muscle degenerative disease. And my mom got fibromyalgia 16 years ago. And we've taken her to doctors, specialists. We've taken her for IV drips. She's been on chronic medication, you name it. And nothing has been permanent with my mom. Maybe the longest relief that she would get after being on a drip would be probably about a week. And then her body would go back to its old state. This is also one of the diseases that they call a suicide disease. People actually take their lives because of how bad the pain is. And my mom would not be able to sleep for longer than an hour. She would wake up every hour because of the pain. So I'm on the patches for literally a week. I go see my mom and I show her the X39 patches. And I said, Mom, I think I've got something that's going to help you. The first thing she said to me was, my boy, don't waste your money on me. You know that we've tried everything. I said, Mom, you know what? I really think this is going to work. So I stuck the patch on my mom and she sent me a message after 3 days and said, my boy, I don't know how to tell you this. My toothache has disappeared. And I'm like, what? I said, I didn't even know you had toothache. She said she's had it for 6 months. Her toothache disappeared. But the next thing that happened to my mom is 4 years ago, she had an operation on her nose. She had a lump taken off her nose. And for the past 2 years, she had a cyst on the inside of her nose that was actually periodically leaking. And she said that every day the leaking got less, the cyst was getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And after 2 weeks, the cyst turned into a little scab that fell out of her nose. Her cyst disappeared after 2 weeks. But the biggest thing that happened for my mom is around about 3 weeks, my mom phoned me up and she was crying. And she said, I don't know how to tell you this, my boy, but I slept through last night. I slept like a baby without any pain for the first time in 16 years. And you know what? After seeing what it did for my mom, what I saw, what LifeWave did for my mom, that was a turning point for me. And that's when I turned around and I said, you know what? We're onto something here. Does the product work? Oh my goodness gracious me. If it can work for my mom, trust me, it will work for everybody. And this is now why I feel obligated, like Pierretta was saying just now. I feel obligated to share LifeWave with absolutely everybody because people need this product so badly.
Absolutely. That story of yours gets me every single time. Just knowing that somebody is pain-free for the first time in 16 years is just it's mind-blowing. Guys, what you're looking at the moment is a topography map. What it pretty much means is they did a bit of a test on 12 participants between the age of 50 to 80 years old. They did a P3 EEG brain mapping. So when they started, participant 1 is a 77-year-old woman. They placed the patch on her back of her neck, and when they started the first session is exactly what you see. Red means inflammation. Red means a whole bunch of no-no in medical terms. Red is like, stop, this is not good, okay? You can see after week 3 how there's absolutely no red in the picture anymore. After 6 weeks, literally, even the blue has started to disappear. Guys, this is phenomenal. I mean, medical doctors are saying that they have never seen such results in such a short period of time. You are looking at inflammation reduction. If you look at the top 2 photos, that's before, 30 minutes later, that's after. Red is all gone. Guys, that means the inflammation has disappeared in 30 minutes. And as I said, animals don't lie. We as humans can still say we've got a placebo effect. And honestly, there have been many, many medical tests to show that this product does work. But animals don't lie. I mean, if you look at the photo of that poor horse and you look at it afterwards, it's just, it doesn't even look like the same horse. And then when you look at the inflammation in its body, can you imagine what it was going through? And I mean, now it's pretty much normal, which is just, it's phenomenal. Guys, this is psoriasis after 10 days. If you've ever had psoriasis or you know anyone with psoriasis, I mean, red and inflamed, and it's really just unpleasant to have. 10 days later with X39, it's pretty much almost gone. After 12 days, you can see that the stitching on this was a little bit kooky. I mean, it looks like something my child would have sewn, but I mean, it was really bad, and that should have left a really, really bad scar. When you look at it 12 days later, I mean, you're literally getting out stitches at about 7 days, and then it's still red and scabby and all sorts of stuff like that. You're looking at something of 12 days. That's usually a 30 to 60 day result. It's phenomenal what this product can do. If I can look like that after a year, amen. Bring on those patches. I'll stick 2 if I have to. I mean, just look at the puffiness around the eyes, just the whole skin texture, the whole mouth has lifted, eyebrows have lifted, just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I always joke. I've got a friend who went for stem cell injections. Now in SA terms, she paid about 33,000 Rand for it. That's about $2,000 US. And I always tease her and I go, you know, Mags, you're looking good, hey, but I mean, that's just the face. What about the rest of us? So, what I love about the X39 is just absolutely it works on the entire body. It's not just the face that you have to pay $2,000 for, and this comes at a fraction of the cost. Guys, look at these deep crow's feet lines, and then after 45 days, look at them. So almost gone. Just absolutely stunning.
I actually got a compliment last week. A person that hadn't seen me for a couple of months, when they saw me last week, said, Chris, where are those lines that you had in your eyes? Your lines have disappeared. So I can totally testify on that one.
Guys, this is Bell's palsy recovery in 3 months. I mean, you can just see the whole face, the skewness of the face has just completely disappeared. Just, this one is absolutely phenomenal to me. The scarring on this one is just crazy. The scarring and the scar tissue, you can imagine what kind of scar tissue there should have been. But after 7 weeks, once again, skin texture, almost all the wrinkles are gone. Even in the neck, the wrinkles have completely disappeared and it started to firm. And no scarring. This finger was completely off, sewed back on again. 21 days later, it looks as if nothing's happened. In less than a month. I mean, I've seen people who have lost a finger and it's been put back on, and 6 months later, they're still struggling. This is 21 days. Just, it's crazy. After 5 months, look at the eyes. I mean, it doesn't even look like the same person, but I mean, you can see that the eyes are the same person. But when you look at the wrinkles around the eyes and how dehydrated it was and how saggy the eyelid was, just crazy. 5 months later, this is a year. I mean, wow. Every time I look at this photo, I just think, shoo, imagine if I've been on this product 5 years, how I'm going to look. Woo! Nobody will recognize me. Guys, this is 6 weeks later. I have never seen hair grow like that. I know of friends who have gone for hair implants, and even after hair implants, it doesn't look like that after 6 weeks. So once again, 9 weeks later, you can see that all the pigmentation in the face has completely disappeared. The lips are firmer. You have none of those deep lines around the eyes or around the mouth or even on the nose. I always say I've got these, you know, these what the fudge lines. So when I get angry, then my kids know because they can see the what the fudge lines. So yeah, if I've been on this a year, imagine they won't even be able to know when I'm angry anymore because my what the fudge lines won't show. Look at the mouth though. It's just complete. It's upside down actually. The smile turned upside down, and we all get that from aging. And 30 days later, you can see it started to lift. And then 5 months later, just looks like anybody in their 20s or 30s, just crazy. You can even see the sagging in the neck. After 5 days scarring, this guy came off his bike, I believe. And literally 5 days later, he's got a scab under his nose. That's all he's got left. Just recovery like that is just crazy. After 6 weeks, that nice full head of hair, just absolutely stunning silver fox there. Guys, this is 3 months in. I mean, I know so many people who struggle with hair loss, and to show somebody a picture like that and say that you could have a full head of hair in 3 months, it's just, there are so many people who would pay anything to have that. Okay, so I want to give over to George, because George is just absolutely phenomenal in giving us some the history behind this whole Olympic team, and I think that is part of what makes our journey just so phenomenal.
Hi there. I'm just going to hit spotlight so you guys can see me. Hi. Thank you, Pierretta. Super. Really always love hearing. This is the second time I've heard you speak about LifeWave, and everybody who speaks about LifeWave brings something else to the table. So yeah, this story, I love it, because here we see some athletes, but we get, with these athletes, we get to understand a bit of how LifeWave grew. It started. There's an interview with David Schmidt, which in where he speaks about he'd been contracted by the Department of Defense in the United States to produce something for submariners, so they wouldn't need to have Red Bull products or caffeine type products. So he developed for them this particular technology, and then the towers went down, and in his words, it's like the Department of Defense had other priorities, and there was nobody to take my calls. So he thought, what will I do with my invention? By the way, his uncle's an inventor and his cousin's an inventor, so a family of inventors. What am I going to do with what I've invented, what I've created? So he thought, I'll take it to the public. I don't know how it's going to work or if it's going to work, but he was, thinking about radio ads, TV ads, and so on and so forth. And I think maybe they even did a little bit of that. However, he's in a conversation with a gentleman who's a networker who said he wasn't talking to this man about, to try and get him to do his business. They were just conversing, and the guy said, you know what, this is really interesting. I want to introduce you to a doctor in California who's a friend of mine. And that doctor, with whom they did lots of work subsequently, said, let me introduce you to another doctor, a friend of his, who was the Olympic team doctor, who introduced him to the coach of the Olympic team, the swimmer team, with Michael Phelps and the rest of the swimmers. So 3 weeks later, he said, I found myself patching the Olympic swimming team. In that process, he was summoned to the right department of the Olympic Committee to prove that his patches were not transdermal, that no drug or pharmaceutical going into the skin of the bodies of the swimmers. He passed those tests, and we all saw what happened with that swimming team. They won a lot of medals. Other people here, Sean May, David Beckham, everybody knows David Beckham. All of these are using, these three first guys, they're all using the first patch, which is the energy enhancer patch. And here we have a superbike champion motorbiker, and he uses X39 on his forehead because he says it helps with his concentration. So there's basically between energy enhancer and X39, there's probably 16 years between when one came out on the market and X39 came out on the market. So yeah, that's the story. Chris always likes to talk about this bit.
Awesome, thanks for that, George. Yeah, I was just thinking when you're talking about that superbike rider, concentration. When you're doing 320 kilometers an hour on a bike, you've definitely got to be concentrating.
Yeah, I tend not to do more than 150.
I tell you what, this part I really love. Guess what I purchased today? Da-da-da. Get the book today. Let me tell you something. Oh my goodness gracious me. This book, Life Force, where's the first page? I just want to quickly read this. It absolutely blew my mind. I actually can't believe the information that's in here. On chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 is all about stem cell technology, all about peptide technology. And the very beginning of this book is a quick little one-liner that I just needed to read to everybody. It's an Indian proverb that says, a healthy person has 1,000 wishes, but a sick person only has one.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I got goosebumps when I saw that. So this is Tony Robbins' new book. Everybody knows who Tony Robbins is. And he wrote this book beginning of last year. And in the book, he talks about stem cell therapy, peptide therapy. And he's personally had stem cells injected into his body, into his shoulder, and has had very good results. And hence, he's a believer in it. Now, stem cells have been proven to help your body treat and even heal most chronic health conditions and even life-threatening injuries. Now, as Pierretta was saying earlier, what the prices are of traditional stem cell injections, and they're not also guaranteed to be effective. You're looking at anywhere between $7,000 to $100,000 because you've got to get on an airplane, you've got accommodation, and sometimes you need to be away from home for 2 to 3 months to go through the series of injections. So stem cell injections are very, very expensive. Whereas we've got LifeWave stem cell rejuvenation patches that are effective at a fraction of the cost. So we've got the products, X39. Pierretta went through X39 in a lot of detail. That is what we call the holy grail of products. I like to call the X39 the heat-seeking missile. It kind of like goes into your body, wakes up all those stem cells that have been sleeping for a couple of decades and saying, hey guys, wake up. We've got a lot of work to do in the body. So there are also supportive products. You heard George mention another product there called Energy Enhancer. There are a couple more products. We've got a product for sports, for extreme pain. We've got the sleepy patch, one for stress. There's one for stamina, immune system, weight management, and for energy. Then we got for mood, animals, and for skin. Now, the supportive products complement the X39. So the X39 is the foundation which gets your body to the correct level that it's meant to be. Now, I'm going to give a very quick example. If you look at if you've got a swimming pool and your swimming pool goes green, what do? You're going to put chlorine in the pool. And that's going to be working in the background, doing what needs to get done, sorting out the algae and making it go blue. But it can take about 7 days before your swimming pool goes crystal clear and blue. But what you can do is you can go and get what you call a shock treatment. Now, a shock treatment would be it's called green to blue. That's what we call it here in South Africa. You put a cup or two of that into your swimming pool, and literally 2 hours later, your swimming pool has gone from green to blue. Is it going to keep it blue? No, it's not. But what will keep it blue is the proper chlorine. So that's really how we look at the X39. The X39 is your foundation, it's your base. That is what you're meant to be on, which is what rejuvenates your stem cells. And the rest are just supportive products. So now you probably think to yourself, oh my goodness gracious, what on earth do these things cost? Am I going to fall off my chair right now? The retail price, David Schmidt 2 weeks ago on the call, he said, looking at what this product does and the technology and research that's gone into it, a sleeve of 30 patches should cost anywhere between $400 to $500 for a sleeve. But LifeWave, the retail price, this is if a customer wants to give it a try and purchase it outright. You're looking at $149 for the X39 and the other supportive products from $79. That is one sleeve. This is what a sleeve looks like, and you get 30 patches, so it's 1 month's supply. And that price is, you've still got to add, obviously, the country tax in the country that you live in, and obviously the delivery. Then we have what we call the wholesale price. Wholesale price is when you register and you actually you can become a member, and you can actually then purchase a product at a cheaper price at wholesale, which is only $99 for a sleeve or a month's supply, and the others are between $49 and $69. That is for one sleeve, 1 month's supply. Now, how does that work? How do you enroll for the wholesale prices? There's two places for people in LifeWave. People go, you know what, I really like what I see. I'd like to register, and you become a wholesale customer, and you can purchase a product online at any given time that you would like. So we have a kit, the entry-level kit, which is your bronze kit. Now that costs $124.95, a sleeve of X39. And that basically includes a $25 once-off enrollment fee, which means you save $25 off the retail price immediately. And then ongoing, every time you order, the X39 would only be $99.99. And like I say, that's for one full sleeve. The most popular kit is the silver kit. Now, enrolling with a silver kit is only $299, and that gives you 3 sleeves of X39, and you save the $25 on the enrollment fee, which means that you can buy at wholesale price immediately. And then the next orders and ongoing is only $99, and that is for 3 sleeves. So those are the basic wholesale customer kits, the bronze and the silver. And then we've also got the business builder kits, which you get the gold, which is $499. That gives you 5 sleeves of X39. Then the platinum, which is $999, gives you 12 sleeves. And then lastly, we have the diamond kit. We call this the family kit. This is if you've got a big family. You know, a lot of people that we talk to, they say, wow, my parents need it, my mother needs it, my kids need it, the whole family needs it. So that's a diamond kit, which is $1,599, and that gives you 19 sleeves of X39. And once at the diamond level, you then only purchase the products, X39 as an example, for $84. Now, just
want to add, Chris, it's $84 in a diamond kit. It's not $84 forever onwards. It becomes the price in that particular kit. It's not $84 the next time you purchase. And I would like to also add, you know, guys, come in where you feel comfortable. That's the most important thing, to come in, use the products and where you feel comfortable. And what I think Chris was about to say, but I'll say it, is one of the things he loved and I loved about this company is when you decide to upgrade from one kit to another, they only ask you for the difference in money. They don't make you purchase a new kit that we've seen in other companies. So I have people who started in bronze and the next month they went to silver and the following month to gold and so on and so forth. So come in where you feel comfortable. Just come in, use the products, see what happens with your own body, with your people close to you. And then at any time, you can always upgrade.
I was just about to say that, George. That's what I love about LifeWave, that you can upgrade your kit at any given time and you can pay the difference. Now, myself personally, when I registered on the 24th of November, I registered immediately with a bronze kit. Then the next week, I upgraded to the silver kit and only paid in the difference, which was $170.
Explain, Chris, why you registered, why you didn't wait. to register in silver.
Because you were telling me that you were registering somebody that was going to be joining as a diamond, and they were going to come in over the course of the weekend, and I shouldn't wait. And thank you, because I didn't have the $300 to join yet. The money was only coming next week. So I was saying, don't worry, George, I'll join next week at the silver kit. And he said, Chris, can you afford bronze right now? I said, yes. He said, I recommend you join today, because tomorrow a person's coming in as diamond, which is going to fall under your lineage. George, thank you.
And that will lead us into what we're talking about afterwards. The compensation plan is such an exciting compensation plan with its binary structure that decision of Chris benefited him not just then, but benefits him into the future.
Thank you, George. I really appreciate what you did there, because I'm still seeing the benefits today. Thank you. Thank you. So, and then you can upgrade. So the cool thing is, I mean, if you join at silver and 2 weeks later you go, oh, I should have joined at gold. You don't pay $500 for the gold. You only pay the difference, which is the $200. Now, this is the part that I really, really enjoy, is the two things, like Pierretta was saying just now, the two things that actually got our attention was, the company's been around for 19 years. And what does that tell me? One word pops into my mind when I hear the word a 19-year-old company is stability. And to look at the company 10xing itself after COVID. Guys, most companies are closing down after COVID. And here's a company that is 10xing itself in 84 countries around the world. And very quickly, the global stem cell market is 12 billion. That's a billion with a B, like $1 billion a year. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And it's growing exponentially by 10% per year. I absolutely love this. David Schmidt, as Pierretta was saying, when I watched that call 2 Saturdays ago, it's probably the best call I've ever actually watched with an interview. The humbleness of this man and the vision that this man has. I cannot wait until October when we go to the convention in Orlando, Florida for the LifeWave convention, to walk up to that man and shake his hand. I cannot wait for that day.
Totally.
And what he says here is so true. You have an incredible opportunity before you today, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everybody around you. Because of what this has done for my life and what this has done for my mom, I cannot keep this to myself. You just want to share this with everybody around you. Now, this is an entrepreneur's dream literally coming true, because we're dealing with an established company, cutting edge science, over 100 patents. As Pierretta said, 133 patents to be exact, and a company and a product with no competition. We are in the right place at the right time with the right product. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a beautiful 6-minute clip where you're going to see how all this ties together and what we're sitting on right now. Here goes. Let me press play, and this is going to give you an idea of what we're sitting on right now.
It's not too often that an opportunity comes along that puts you in the right place at the right time with the right product. But that's exactly where you find yourself as you discover the power of LifeWave technology and the opportunity it represents for you. Our mission? To share products with the world that enhance the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity of every person we encounter. If that resonates with you, take a moment and imagine. Have you heard about the billions being spent in the race to cash in on the promise of stem cells? We're told the possibilities in the future for improving our health and wellness using stem cell science from Big Pharma are huge. But what if the future was now? What if you could be perfectly positioned to take advantage of the stem cell revolution today? Partnering with an established company with proven technology, using a business distribution system that puts you in the driver's seat now. Too good to be true? Absolutely not.
It's what the world wants. We don't want drugs. We don't want injections. We don't want surgery.
I've never seen anything like this in 21 years of being a doctor, anything coming close to doing what this technology does for people.
This is a pivotal moment in alternative medicine and in the future of technology and healing and helping people.
Stem cells are the future. As a wellness company, we needed to be part of the stem cell revolution. And with X39, that's exactly what's happened.
That's Dave, LifeWave's founder, CEO, and inventor of X39, his latest breakthrough in what is wearable, virtually weightless technology.
I'm now 50 years old and I feel like 30 years.
In 2 days, X39, my knee pain was really gone.
It's a really fun thing to share with people because everybody is amazed by it.
What does X39 do? It harnesses light to elevate a copper peptide proven to activate stem cells.
We're bringing regenerative science to everyone, and we're doing it safely and inexpensively and with extraordinary benefits. So this is why we have such an advantage in the marketplace and what makes our opportunity for our business builders so enormous.
This is cutting-edge science with no competition that's safe, affordable, non-invasive, and drug-free. We have an X39 video that tells you all about the science, so be sure to watch it. But with over 80 clinical studies behind it and multiple worldwide patents protecting it, the science is settled.
It's a game changer.
There is absolutely no competition.
You're not going to be able to find this in any other different company.
So where do you come in? Our distribution model is network marketing, an industry that approaches $200 billion a year in sales worldwide. People telling people about products and building teams of team builders that accelerate that word of mouth. It's big business, and LifeWave is growing fast within it.
It's very unusual that you would have cutting-edge science make its way into network marketing. But as it turns out, because our products produce immediate effects, immediate benefits, sharing the product face-to-face makes it the ideal way to share the technology.
The only thing you have to do is go out and share it with people. That's it.
You don't have to be a medical doctor like me. Everybody can do this.
You try the patch and you love it.
The reaction that people give us is like, wow.
With warehouses now in multiple countries, distribution in over 100, and the capability to manufacture millions of units per month already in place, LifeWave is ready for you. Just think about who you know and all the people they know that would like more energy without the buzz, to reduce or eliminate pain, to sleep better, all without drugs, to look and feel younger without risky procedures. The list of benefits using our products is long. The market's vast. Are you starting to get the idea here? You're on the threshold of something significant. I mean, think about it. This is an opportunity with global reach where there's help and support alongside you every step of the way, and it's all fueled by a science that has no competition. As a member, you have an incredible array of marketing support, training, and business services that allow you to focus on what's important, spreading the word about LifeWave and helping us expand.
The growth in the future is going to be fast because of X39.
Once you learn about the X39 and you see what it's doing for people, for me, I feel like it's an obligation to share it.
Today, more and more people are really looking for solutions for a better lifestyle.
Everybody wants to look younger, everybody needs more sleep, wants to have more energy, wants to get rid of pain.
And LifeWave is fun because you're making a difference in people's lives. It's not a little difference, it's a big difference.
LifeWave gave my children their mother back. When you're able to move someone's health as much as we can with LifeWave, see what change that make into people's life, that's amazing. It is. You can literally change someone's life. And I love that.
So there you have it. Look, whatever you want, however high your goals, however big your dreams, it's all possible with LifeWave. So be sure to get back to the person who suggested you watch this video and get started today. Try X39 or one of our other fantastic products so you can learn for yourself what all the excitement is about when it comes to LifeWave. Whatever you do, though, be sure to get started today because the clock is ticking. The time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LifeWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
Yep, you heard that. You heard that, $1 billion is what we're looking at projections in 2025. We are at the beginning of something absolutely beautiful. And, we all belong to a team called the Quantum Field Team, which is headed up by a lady by the name of Onyx Cole, that had been in the industry, been in the network marketing industry for over a decade, and built teams of hundreds of thousands of people globally. And she went into retirement. And 3.5 years ago, somebody shared LifeWave and the patches with her, and she came out of retirement and has put the most beautiful systems in place. So take a screenshot of this page where it's got the startx39.com, the website that Pierretta was talking about. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Here are the QR codes. Take a couple of the photos of that. So, so from my side, all I can say is we are in the right place at the right time with the right product. And, opportunities like this cross a person's life once, twice in a person's lifetime, if you're lucky. I'm blessed that this is the second time that something as beautiful as this has crossed my path. And let me tell you something, when you've tasted what it's like to be part of a company that is unique, is patented, and has no competition, I'm grabbing this with both hands, and I'm going to take this to the next level. And I'm looking forward to working with everybody. And thank you to the most amazing people that I've met so far on this journey. And let me tell you something, we are a team to be reckoned with. And I'm so grateful to every single person in my team. Over to you, Pierretta, to close off for us.
Guys, thank you so much. And thank you, Chris. For me, the biggest thing when I watch that video, and it gets me every single time, is when that woman says that we can literally change people's lives. And when I saw this and I saw what it does for us, honestly, it was a no-brainer for me. I'm in this because we can change people's lives, and we don't have to probe them and needle them and do all sorts of things with them. We just stick a little patch. I mean, how easy is that? And yes, it is network marketing, and a lot of people do get scared of network marketing. And I'm here to tell you that my mother was a serial networker. So for me, if anybody said it's network marketing, I would run in the other direction. Okay. But what I've realized in the meantime is that we network every single day anyway. I go and watch a movie, and I go and tell my friends they should go and watch the movie too. What am I doing? I'm advertising for the people who make the movie. I'm advertising for the cinema. I'm advertising for everybody else every day anyway. I tell people there's a sale on at the grocery store. I tell people there's a sale on at the mall. We are advertising every single day to our friends and family. Why not advertise your own business? Why not advertise something that could honestly change somebody's life? And for me, that was just, it was a no-brainer that I could actually not only get this product that could change my life and my family's life, but also to share it with other people. And then the company says, hey, thanks, here's a couple of dollars for you for sharing this with somebody else and for changing their life. And honestly, all that means for me is that I can get more and more of my own patches completely for free every single month. And that for me is a no-brainer. So guys, thank you so much for your time this evening. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for just sticking around to the end. But if you aren't already involved, I ask you to get back to the person that invited you on this call this evening and to sign up ASAP. We cannot afford not to have a patch on you. It's literally that simple. George, thank you so much for your leadership, and I'm going to give over to you now.
Okay, no, thank you very much. One thing I want to say, because this is really important. Here with LifeWave, we're offering several things. One of them is physical health. Another one is financial health, emotional health, spiritual health. All of these things are here available for the people who wish to take advantage. I can see today we haven't explained the compensation plan at all, but anybody can choose, a couple of dollars and get your patches for free. You can do that. It's not hard. If you decide you want to have $500 a month extra, or $2,000 a month extra, or $10,000 a month extra, you can do it. It's up to you. It depends on how far you wish to take it. Or much more money than that. It's your decision. I can say that basically in 5 months I've generated an annual income which is more than 3/4 of the people in this country where I live, Spain, are making. But I'm going, because the more people we help, the more, when Chris talks about his mother, I can tell you 100 stories like that. Lady whose child is in Madrid in hospital with 4 viruses and a collapsed lung in the intensive care. She couldn't get into the intensive care for 3 days. On the 4th day, she was allowed in and she put the patches. They said the child would be in the hospital for 3 weeks. She put 1 patch on the sole of each foot in the reflexology point for lungs. They took the oxygen off the child the next day and she was able to leave the hospital the following day. And the doctors were like, what? We have people here on this call who've got stories that just blow your mind. People who've been in pain for decades and longer than 16 years. Severe pain. Pain's gone. They don't live with this pain anymore. People who have been on their back and haven't been able to get out of bed for 6 months, being able to get out of bed with the first patch. Some are what we call one patch wonders. Others are people it takes a month, 2 months, more. However, anyway, that's what I wanted to say. And
thank you, George. Thank you. Thank you again for sharing LifeWave to me. I'm so grateful. So, guys,
I'm delighted that you listened.
Thank you for your persistence. So, get back to the person who invited you onto the call this evening. As Pierretta said, get back to them if you have any questions. We're all here to help. And if you want to become part of this family, we have Zoom calls every Wednesday. We have a Zoom call.
Yeah. Tomorrow, same time, same place, same link.
I was just about to say that, George. Jumping the gun there. That's where I was going. So on Wednesdays, guys, every Wednesday, we've got a presentation. Just invite people, let us do the work for you. We're here to serve you. And then on Thursdays, we have trainings. Same Zoom, same time, same place. Cool, guys. Enjoy your evening. Good night. God bless. See you all soon. Bye-bye, guys. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks, P.